Welcome back, all you wonderful people. My name is Pug, and I hope you guys are having a schwackadack day. Welcome back to the Black Hand Gaming Guild. Uh, and in this episode, I want to show you exactly what I've done. I've got a crafting grid which is hooked up to my refined storage down here. I did go ahead and create this, and I did create this in between episodes, but I'll definitely show you how I got all this stuff here. But I really wanted to get this up and running. And in this episode, I also want to go ahead and start doing automated crafting, which is gonna save us a whole lot of time in the future here. Uh, but in this episode, I want to go ahead and also try to get these storage drawers over here onto the network of my refined storage, and so that way it'll show all these as in my inventory, and I can go ahead and craft with these, and that'll definitely save us a whole lot of time also. So let me go ahead and show you exactly how I created all this. I think I showed you how to create the controller and the solder. I think that's all that I had before. So let me show you how I made the disk drives, the disks, and the cables here, and the and that up there. The I want to call it a monitor, but it's actually called a crafting grid. Um, and you can also make just a regular grid. And if you come in here, you can see that I put in all all of this stuff here. And instead of it making one stack of 64 all the way across, it actually combines them and puts it in just one stack, and it shows that I have 461 redstone. And I've got it to where it'll display on display normal. So this is the way I have it here. Actually, I want to display normal sorting. I want to displayed by quantity. That's the way I've always learned how to do things. So it's all set up correctly. I hadn't messed with these buttons before. So luckily it's the way I want it anyways. There is still a lot of stuff that I do have over here in this, which I don't think that I'm going to really need too much. If there's stuff that I need, I can just take it out and put it over there in I can take it out and put it over here in my refined storage. So let me go ahead and show you exactly what I've done to create the rest of the stuff. On here, you actually need advanced processor, which to create a processor, you need to actually smelt a diamond, and it'll give you a printed processor. And then you also need to smelt a silicon, and it'll give you a printed silicon. And then you put it into a solder. You want to put the printed processor at the top, printed silicon at the bottom, and a redstone in the middle. And let's go ahead and sleep real quick, and I'll show you the rest of this. And then I'll bring you down here, and I'll show you exactly the way this solder works here. See, it's just like the way it shows. So you put the printed processor up here, the printed silicon down here, and you put a redstone here, and it'll automatically make the advanced processor. You actually have three different types of processors. You have a basic processor, a improved processor, and an advanced processor. The printed silicon is the same, and the redstone is the same. The only thing that's different is on this, it's actually a iron ingot, makes a basic processor, smelt it up, and then you place it in the same grid type, and it gives you the basic processor. And then in the improved processor, it's actually a gold nugget smelted, and then it's the same setup as before, and it gives you an improved processor. So those are the three types of processors that you have. And then for a disk drive, you can actually do it two different ways. You can actually place it in the solder and it makes the disk drive. The way I did it is I crafted it up. So I did the quartz enriched iron and made the disk drive. I didn't know that you could actually put it in the solder until just now. That's kind of weird. So, and then for me, I have four 4K storage disks in here, and it tells you how much storage I actually can have. I can have 16,000 pieces in my refined storage. I have 2.3 thousand already in there, and it's got actually 2,350 to be exact pieces of anything in there. So I can have 16,000 of one item, or I can have split it up between items, which is what I've done so far. That's the way most people will do it. They won't put a whole bunch of just one item in this system. But you can have different types of disk. You have 1K storage, 4K storage, 16K storage, and up all the way up to 64K storage. And then you can place eight of those storage disks in here. Now you can have multiple storage or multiple disk drives to also store more and more and more stuff. So you're not limited to just one disk drive for the whole system. You can have a whole bunch of disk drives with a whole bunch of disks, and you can just store anything and everything in this one system. And then you can also sort with the grid that I've got up here. You can actually craft with it, so that way you can just, and it'll take stuff out of the whole system here and you can craft with it. It's very, very nice. And then to make these, you need a 1K storage part, which is just silicon, a redstone, and glass, and one quartz enriched iron. Makes a 1K storage part. To make a 4K storage part, you need basic processors and 3 1K redstone and a quartz enriched in this pattern and a crafting station, and it makes a 4K storage part. 16 is 3 4Ks, an improved in quartz enriched iron and a redstone in this pattern. For 64K storage, you need 3 16K storage, advanced processor, an enriched iron, and a redstone in this pattern. And then for each of the storage type, you need the storage part. So for a 4K, you need a 4K storage part. For a 16K, you need a 16K storage part, and so on and so on. And then for a 4K storage disk that I had to build 4K storage parts, glass, three iron or 3 redstone, and 3 quartz enriched iron. So that's how I made my 4K storage disk. It was kind of intense, but we got it all completed. And then for our grid, our crafting grid here, you actually needed to make a grid, which is a constructed core, which is actually a basic processor and a glowstone. A destruction core, which is a basic processor and a quartz. And then you need 2 improved processors, and you need a machine casing, which is just nothing but quartz enriched iron in this kind of a pattern. You can call it a furnace grid. So that, because it's the same deal as you would put a furnace and stuff, and so you just put it in this pattern and it makes the machine casing. And then you place it in this crafting grid, and you get just a basic grid, which does nothing but gives you access to what's on the storage drives here. A crafting grid, you have to make an advanced processor and a crafting table and a regular grid. And then I'll show you exactly what it looks like. I think that we already went into it, so you probably already done seen it. But you actually have a crafting table here. So say you wanted to craft a diamond upgrade and stuff. You can also go upgrade, and it acts just like a regular crafter. So you can come up here, you can find an upgrade storage, and then you can just hit this shift plus, and it'll fill it in for you, and then you can just take it out. So let's go ahead and do 3. I like to do 3 to begin with. And then you can also come up here and hit this little X button, and it'll clear the whole thing out. So let's come over here and place some of these in. See here, I've got that one, and I've got that one. I don't really need that one. Let's go ahead and you can shift left click, and it brings you into here, and you can place these up in here, and then that'll give you a whole bunch more storage on these. So that gave me, with the one that was already in there, it gave me where I can place 832 stacks of the redstone essence in there. Whoops. So with that, let's go ahead and get started with automated crafting. We'll go ahead and sleep for a few seconds here in a few seconds, so that way we can start a whole new day. There we go. Okay, first thing that you want to start off with automated crafting is you want to do a pattern grid, which a pattern grid is a regular grid. So we need 2 basics and an improved, I want to keep these in there like that. So we need 2 improved, 2 basics, and then we need 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. So the way I did it is I came over here. You can actually put these in the solderers, but I'm not going to do that. I put them in here, make sure it's on furnace, and I just melt these up, and it makes the processor. Improved processor, take this, and it makes the basic processor, and then I have to smelt these up, and it makes the processor casing, or printed silicon. And then we can go down here, we have to go down here, and we have to put, that'll go in there, and these will go down here at the bottom, and then this will go up here, and then it'll automatically make the improved processor. And you can actually put upgrades to these to make it faster. That's what these are here. So you can put a speed upgrade in here, and it'll speed the processing time. And then you place these up in here, and it makes the basic processor. Okay, now that we've got those, then what you want to come up here, and we'll place these actually back into the grid. And then we'll need to make a machine casing, put that up in there, clear it out, and then we should, we need to make a constructed core, which is that, and we also need to make a destruction core, which is that. Now we should be able to make a grid. Okay, we've got a grid. Now we need to make a pattern grid, which is an advanced processor, which is a diamond, a silicon, and a redstone. So I need to smelt up that, gives me an advance, smelt up that, gives me a silicon processor, and then we'll need to come down here and put this in the solderer, and it'll solder it all up for us. These things are slow. This is all the recipes that this actually can make. Let's see here. The processors. It can actually make a grid for us. Well, it can make a crafting grid for us. It can make a pattern grid for us. It can make a fluid grid, a range upgrade. It can make quite a few things here. Makes 10 pages worth of stuff. Oh, good. We got the advanced. And then we also need to make a blank pattern, which is right here. So you need, doesn't look like we need all that much. So looks like we'll probably have all this stuff that we need here. There we go. Got a pattern. Got that. and then we're able to make a pattern grid. There we go. And then we should be able to place this right here on the side of this. And now we've got a, now this might look like a crafting bench, which technically it is, but it's only so that way you can actually make a pattern. So first thing also we need is a crafter, which we want to come in here, make a crafter. We need to make a machine casing. What else do we need? We need a construction core, a destruction core, and 2 advanced. So we need 2 of these. We need 4 of these. And we need 2 of these. And we need 4 of these. There we go. Whoops. Come over here, smelt these up. Smelt these up. And smelt these up. And then we need to put these in here. Come on. I need to actually put the speed upgrades up in here. I need to make a few speed upgrades, but that is, I want to do automated crafting. Oh, I don't need 3, I only need 2, but that's all right. I'll probably need it sooner or later. Which I'll only make 2 because that's all I've got 2 here. And eventually I can go ahead and do wireless grid where I can access all my stuff wirelessly. I don't have to go up and down or anything else like that. Now that I've got those, now that it's dark, I need to go ahead and sleep. Need to come over here and place these up in here. Crafter, need 1 of those. Need 1 of those. And we should be able to make a crafter. And then we can place this on the grid here. And then I want to show you exactly how to make, we'll go ahead and do a, where is it? Well, first we need a pattern. And then place a pattern deal up in here will show the recipe for the pattern. You'll click down here to create the pattern for it. And then we'll take this down here, place it into the crafter, and then if we go back up here, inside of here, it shows that we can actually craft pattern. So as long as we have the resources up in here to actually create the pattern, we'll be able to create it. So if I click on here, it'll tell me I can do 1, I can do 10, I can do it to 64, and it'll keep on going. I can do lots of it. As long as I have enough resources in the system, it'll actually let me create it. Me, I don't think I have enough resources to do all that. I think all I have is enough to do 1, maybe 2. I'd like to do 3. And it looks like that I do have, no, looks like I'm missing 3 of these. So let's go ahead and cancel this out. And we'll just do 1. I'll just show you. So I'll start this. It tells me that I have everything available, and then I hit start button, and it'll create 1 pattern. And then I can take this out, and I can also do the same thing over here. I don't really need to go in here anymore. So now I have it up here. So in between episodes, I'm going to go ahead and create a few patterns and get this kind of set up, and I'll show you exactly what I did to get everything all set up whenever we come back, probably tomorrow. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and call this a good episode. If you like the episode, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, hit the little bell that's on the sides. That way you get notification whenever I put up a new video, and I'll definitely see you guys in the next episode. Thank you very much.